Hey folks, Saber4 here. I like to be accountable on the channel, and just to make sure that I get things right, I inadvertently used a deck that is very, very similar to one that George, aka George the Hulk, had used in Beatle. Looked at the list after the fact. Things happen. I did reach out to him and just kind of, I credited him on the deck. I did reach out to him and kind of check in because I also wanted his thoughts on one of the sideboard choices. He was very gracious about it and did say, did give some explanation. The insight for using I Am Your Father versus one of my choices in the sideboard. And it really was insightful to kind of hear his thoughts on the thing and why we would use something like I Am Your Father in a deck that runs with Colossus. And to just kind of, to give a little brief insight, it's one of those where, you're putting some more pressure back on people who are, do they give you card draw, which is something you have been without for a good portion of the game, or do they, defeat one of the units that you probably want off the table? So it's a really cool chance to kind of see and interact with, one of the really great deck builders in our community. Thank you guys for the comments and for kind of pointing me to that. I didn't do quite enough research to figure out that that deck already existed in a form very similar to mine. My bad. I did, as I said, reach out in the comments. This is why I like commentary, is because it gives us a good opportunity to kind of talk back and forth, figure out some of the reasoning behind different choices, and become better deck builders overall. So thank you guys. And George, thank you very much. I appreciate your insight and your very gracious acceptance of my apology. Thank you very much.